Alright, so in this problem, I have 2 to the power of 18 minus 16. So to solve this, what I'm first going to do is I'm going to rewrite 2 to the power of 18 as 2 to the power of 9 times 2, because 18 is equal to 9 times 2. So now I have 2 to the power of 9 times 2 minus 16. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m times n, this is equal to a to the power of m to the power of n. So in this case, 2 to the power of 9 times 2, I can write as 2 to the power of 9 to the power of 2. Now I have this minus 16, I'm going to write as 4 to the power of 2. Now, if I have something in the form a squared minus b squared, this is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So let me just clear this up real quick. I have 2 to the power of 9 to the power of 2 minus 4 to the power of 2. And remember, if I have something in the form a squared minus b squared, this is equal to a plus b times a minus b. In this case, a is 2 to the power of 9 and b is 4. So this is going to equal 2 to the power of 9 plus 4 times 2 to the power of 9 minus 4. Now, 2 to the power of 9 is equal to 512, so now I have 512 plus 4 times 512 minus 4. 512 plus 4 is 516, times 512 minus 4 is 508. So I have 516 times 508. So now to solve this, 516 I'm going to rewrite as 500 plus 16, and 508 I'm going to rewrite as 500 plus 8. So now to solve this, I'm going to distribute the 500 and the 16. 500 times 500 is going to be 250,000. 16 times 500, that's going to be 8,000. 500 times 8, that's going to be 4,000. And 16 times 8, that is going to be 128. So, now to simplify this, 8,000 plus 4,000 is 12,000. 12,000 plus 128 is 12,128. And 250,000 plus 12,128 is 262,128. So, this is my answer. Alright, so in this problem, I have 2 to the power of x is equal to 7 to the power of x plus 2. So now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m plus n, this is equal to a to the power of m times a to the power of n. So in this case, 7 to the power of x plus 2, I can write as 7 to the power of x times 7 to the power of 2. Now, I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 7 to the power of x. So now I have 2 to the power of x over 7 to the power of x is equal to 7 to the power of 2. So now let me clear all this up. So I have 2 to the power of x over 7 to the power of x is equal to 7 to the power of 2. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m over b to the power of m, this is equal to a over b to the power of m. So 2 to the power of x over 7 to the power of x, that's going to equal 2 over 7 to the power of x, which is equal to 7 over 2, which is 49. So now to solve this, I'm going to take the log on both sides. So now I have log 2 over 7 to the power of x is equal to log 49. Now, if I have something in the form log a to the power of b, I can actually move this exponent b to the front. So this would equal b times log a. So in this case, log 2 over 7 to the power of x, I can move x to the front. So this is going to equal x times log 2 over 7 is equal to log 49. Now if I divide both sides by log 2 over 7, these two cancel out, and I'll be left with x is equal to log 49 over log 2 over 7. So this is my answer. All right, so in this problem, I have a squared minus b squared is equal to 19. So I want to note that a and b, these are both positive integers. And we want to find the value of a and b. So, to start, we first start with a squared minus b squared is equal to 19. Now, we can use logic to deduct some information. So, if a squared minus b squared, if this is equal to 19, then this must mean that a minus b is greater than 0, meaning a is greater than b. Because let's say a was less than b. So let's say a is 1 and b is 2. So now I have 1 squared minus 2 squared is equal to 19. Well, 1 squared is 1 minus 2 squared is 4. And this is actually going to be a negative number. But as you can see, a squared minus b squared, this is a positive number. And the only way for this to be a positive number is if a is greater than b. Because if b is greater than a, then this would be negative. So, now if I have something in the form x squared minus y squared, this is simply equal to x plus y times x minus y. So in this case, we can think of a as x and b as y. So this would be equal to a plus x, or sorry, a plus b times a minus b, which is equal to 19. Now 19, this is equal to 1 times 19, right? These are the only two factors of 19 because 19 is a prime number, meaning its only factors are 1 and itself. So we can actually think of a plus b as 1 and a minus b, or sorry, we can think of a plus b as 19 and a minus b as 1. Because if we correlate 1 with a plus b, or sorry, if we correlate 19 with a plus b and 1 with a minus b, then we get 1 times 19, which is equal to 19. So now that we know this, we know a plus b is equal to 19 and a minus b is equal to 1. We can simply solve for a and b because this is a system of equations. So if a minus b equals 1, I'm going to add b on both sides and subtract 1 on both sides. So then these two cancel out and I'm going to be left with a minus b is equal to, or sorry, a minus 1 is equal to b. So now I can go ahead and plug this into my original equation. So now I have a plus a minus 1 is equal to 19. A plus a is 2a, so I have 2a minus 1 is equal to 19. If I add 1 on both sides, I get 2a is equal to 20, meaning a is 10. So if a is 10 now, then this means that I simply have to plug into one of these equations. So if a minus b is equal to 1, a is 10, so I have 10 minus b is equal to 1, meaning b is 9. So a equals 10 and b equals 9. These are my answers.